Hello, my name is Shade, and today I'm going to talk about daily routine with the present simple. I am going to do a quick review of present simple tense, and if you want a more in depth review, you can watch my other video. So, the important thing about daily routines is this thing called adverbs of frequency, and you only use adverbs of frequency with the present simple tense. So, what is an adverb of frequency? An adverb of frequency, it basically tells us how often we do something. So we're going to start from the beginning and move down to the end. So the first one on our list is always, and this is 100% of the time. So maybe it's every day, every week, every month. You always do this activity. So, for example, I always cook dinner. And as you can see with the sentence, we have the subject, which is I. You have the adverb of frequency, which is always, and you have the verb cook. So, the adverb of frequency always comes before the verb. All right. Now we're going to go to usually. Usually is 90% of the time. So, not every day you will do this activity, but most of the time you will. So the example sentence is he usually goes to the gym. Now, following the present simple tense rules, we have he, which is the subject, usually the adverb of frequency, goes, which is the verb, to the gym. So he usually goes to the gym, and this is following present simple tense rules. All right, the next one is often. Often is 70% of the time. And the example sentence that we have, we often drink coffee in the morning. So, just to reiterate, we, the subject, often adverb of frequency, and drink is the verb. We often drink coffee in the morning. All right, moving on smoothly, we have sometimes, which is 50-50. Yeah, they sometimes play football. All right. The next one is rarely, which is 10% of the time. So if you rarely do something, you aren't really going to do it. Maybe like once a month, once or twice in 3 months, you will not really do this activity. So the example sentence, she rarely smiles. You're not going to see her smiling so often. All right, and the last adverb of frequency that we're going to discuss today is never, which is 0% of the time. So my example sentence is I never go skiing. So Barbados is really hot. We have no snow and I never go skiing. Okay, so to explain adverbs of frequency, I am going to tell you a bit about my routine. Not everything, but parts of my routine. So we'll start from my morning routine. I usually wake up at 7 a.m. I sometimes do morning yoga, so not every day, just sometimes. Remember that's 50-50. And I often eat eggs for breakfast because I love eggs. Okay, and I always review my to-do list for the day. This is important for me because it helps me to plan my schedule and to make sure that I am up to date with what I have to do. All right. So the next thing is work. So I always start work at 9 a.m. This is part of my schedule and my timetable. So I usually teach classes, English classes, and it's very fun and a rewarding career. So I always start work at 9 a.m. Okay, we're going to talk about the afternoon routine. So I usually eat lunch at 12:30 p.m. And I eat lunch for maybe an hour or sometimes 30 minutes. It depends. So I always check my emails at 1:30 p.m. and I rarely go for a walk at 3 p.m. It depends on how the weather is, if it's too hot. But I don't really go for a walk so often, so I rarely go for a walk at 3 p.m. And I sometimes read a book at 4 p.m. Okay, we're gonna do my evening routine. So the first one, I usually cook dinner at 6 p.m. And my family and I, we usually eat dinner at 7 p.m. After that, I often watch TV at 8 p.m. and I sometimes read a book at 9:30 p.m. before bed. So then I'll go to my sleep routine. I always go to bed at 11 p.m. or I try to go to bed by 11 p.m. so that I can get enough hours of sleep. And it continues again. I wake up at 7 a.m. Okay, so how about you? Tell me a bit about your daily routine. What time do you wake up? What time do you usually eat breakfast? What do you usually do at 6 p.m.? Now, what you can do, you can practice these questions and use the adverbs of frequency. Yeah, just to get the hang of them. So, thank you very much for watching my video. You can watch the other videos that I have uploaded about present simple tense, as well as my introduction video. If you ever want a class, you can find me on Preply. I have the link in my description. Thank you. Bye bye. See you next time.